Share your stream with your audience. Choose. Oh, wait. Cancel. That's share screen, not share stream. Huh. What are these green things down here? Helps everyone. Moderation helps everyone feel safe. I'm just testing my new setup. Sorry, you guys. First time doing this because I think it's a couple days ago, bought a Starlink. So, checking things out. Let's see if that guy's actually. Let's see. And I'm writing to my Discord to see if anybody's willing to pop on and see how my live stream's doing. Test live stream. Wait. Stream. I'm just trying to. I should have done this before going live because you guys are just seeing like 3 minutes of me typing. Sorry, but here you are. I'm just trying to my new. There we go. I sent out a message to my Discord. Let's see if they're willing to help. Somebody's replying. Let's see what they have to say. Sure. Where are you streaming from? YouTube. Now, according to my OBS thing, I should have the music at about the right level. Because it was registering the the heaters. And this was just barely above the heaters. I had somebody reply on here saying, "Sure, what streaming platform?" Let's see if they hop on. Oh, somebody hopped on. So how's the volume doing right now? Can you guys hear the music and me? I know that things are a little bit bright. I need to get something to sort of block off the lighting a little bit, but let's see. I might have accidentally bumped this part. Sweet, you did get on here. What about the sound? How's the music compared to the voice? Oh, I got two people on here. That's probably gonna be Goofy. Music is a bit low, but the sound overall is pretty good. Hey, oh, it's Mahi. Okay, let's see. I wanted to keep the music a little bit on the lower side, just in case, so it wasn't overpowering. Let's see, that's one more click up. I'm doing my music from Spotify on my phone via speaker. The mic is not really picking up the music. Oh, it really? Okay, okay. Because we're not really picking up the music. Let's see. So I brought it up one more click to see. See, what I'm trying to do is figure out the sound ratio, because I tend to be a little bit of a quieter speaker. But I'm trying to figure out a right ratio so I can remember it for later on. I really do need to get something to stick over this window because I'm right in front of a window. But other than that, maybe I could bring this more forward, like past, so it blocks like all but this right here, maybe. You guys are my guinea pigs. Let's see. I'm not even sure if I can do that. I'd have to have it. It's roughly around as wide as I have my arm stretched, so it ended up having to be right somewhere around right here. So I might be able to. Yeah, I might be able to, like right there. That's actually pretty close to even. If I take this thing right here, this wooden post, so to speak, I could tie it between the rafters. Yeah, that might work. But I would have to figure out a way to do that as a temporary setup, because I use that as like a separator. I haven't put the I haven't put the door up yet. I think the lid fridge looks pretty cool, huh? I actually just barely got that fridge. Um, I had You've chosen to restart your device as soon as possible when an update is pending. No, don't restart right now. Your device will restart to update outside of active hours. On and plug in. Open settings. Okay. Sorry. I had an update thing pop up. The fridge, I had an old, like, I think it was Chinese model, white ones where the fridge is up, or freezer's up top, fridge is on the bottom. Well, there was a little fan that broke on it. You'd think it'd be a pretty simple fix, but it really wasn't. Because the people up here, the only appliance place within like a half-hour drive, they didn't have a fan because they don't make those fans anymore. And you really don't want to run a fridge without a fan. So luckily, my grandma, and it's luckily, unluckily, my grandma left me a trailer that I still have to fix up. It doesn't have electricity. So I brought the fridge that she had and I gave her $1,000 for the trailer. She was having to move from the place she was at because their septic system sort of went kaput, and the people that they were renting from, they didn't want to replace the septic system, so my grandma moved out of state and left me the trailer. Paid her $1,000 for it, and then it cost me like another 500 or so to get it moved. Needs to get fixed up, but there's no electricity, so fridge is over here. And it's actually bigger than the other one I had, which is really nice because I can fit more stuff in it. But another nice thing is that I also have a washer and dryer for when the washer and dryer here goes out too. Backups and spares. So you guys saying that the music to speaking as far as the sound for your guys' stream experience is good? Oh, sweet. Thanks, Mahi. I'm trying to remember Mahi. That's an anime character's name. I'm just trying to remember which one. Sounds familiar. Maybe I'm thinking Maki with a K. I'm trying to think. Uh, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, sometimes they do have different names on different platforms. That's cool. That's nice to see that the two of you have showed up. Okay, so if let's see, where is that's one, two above the Bluetooth symbol. Keeping that in my brain cells memory. All right. So how you guys doing? What's up with your guys' life? It would be really nice if I could live stream on Twitch because that's where all the streamers seem to be on. But for some reason, I can't find it in the store on my laptop. And when I go to the website, I can't find a streaming option. I have it on my phone and I can stream it on my phone, but then I don't have this camera and I don't really have access to my phone so much. The processing power isn't as good and all that. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that. I do have OBS Studio on my laptop, which I used to check the whole volume thing before. But I'm not exactly the best when it comes to the tech stuff. So I need to try and find a more streamlined way of a more simplified way of doing things. Now, what I would really like to do is try and get a hold of somebody from the Reverie. Like say at the top of my list is the Drock Show. Because the Drock Show could then draw my ideas as we're talking about them. He could like do a drawing of the city itself and give at least a more artistic view of what the city. I got to remember to look up at the camera. A more artistic version of what the city would technically look like. Also, Grand Line Review. I wouldn't mind talking with him. To stream on desktop Twitch. But yeah, Yeah, OBS is sadly the only way to stream on desktop Twitch. I mean, I could probably play around with it, and it's a little bit more simple than what I'm mentally making it out to be, but this will work for now. What'd be really nice is, let's see, you don't have access to this feature. Would be really nice is if I could do like um, like a co-op thing for this live streaming on here, and be able to live stream via YouTube to one of these YouTubers. But you know, it is what it is. What really frustrates me is like last night when I was on the One Piece Discord. First of all, sorry to the One Piece Discord. I didn't mean to sort of get ornery. My hypoglycemia was acting up. I hadn't had anything to eat for a while, so I get a little ornery when that happens. It's almost like being medically hangry, so to speak. But when somebody tries saying you're not willing to put the effort into it, or you're not willing to do the work, you want everybody else to do it, it really gets under my skin, because for the past year and a half, I've been trying to talk with people and nobody's been listening. I have to start with talking first, and then move on to the doing. Now, the first steps would be to talk like interviews, talk like I'm trying to do. Then I can go on to trying to gain more audience support, moral support type of stuff. Start a nonprofit. I'm more of the construction. I'm not into the social media side of things. So you won't as once things get started, you won't be seeing me quite as much as you would other people that does the social media side. Instead, I would be out there working with the construction people, helping actually build the stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I will be showing up for whatever type of social media events there are for the nonprofit, but when it comes down to it, I like working with my hands. So when I'm trying to do this technological stuff, say social media and working with this streaming apps and all this other things, I'm not going to be the best at it. Matter of fact, I have a really hard time because I haven't had any Wi-Fi for a decade now, basically. And before that, I didn't have access to tech at all. I've basically been living under a rock for the past, I want to say, 20 to 30 years. So it's one of those things where I'm trying, but my skills are more with my hands. I'm more of a face-to-face type of conversation, even with this live talking live. If I was to do a business interview or something like that, even something as simple as what other people think would be simple on that is difficult. I want to actually be able to face to face. For some reason, it's just, I don't know. It almost makes me sound like an old man. Like I'm like, this dang stupid technology, newfangled gadgets. uh, and then there's also the thing that gets under my skin too is they're like expect me to be able to do everything, and it's like Luffy doesn't know how to do everything. You know, pretty much, basically, I'm trying to build a city, not a theme park, so I can't do it all myself. I can't learn nuclear fusion. I can't build the street lights myself. I can't do all the concrete and all this other things, the legal system, politics, and all that other stuff all myself. It takes an entire community. So, yeah, I'm going to have to lean on people. But that's why I'm gonna try and start doing more live streams, probably geared more towards like me actually drawing the city out. I'll try and get like a downward view maybe, or a little bit of an angle. Actually, be sort of this way, a little bit of an angle, so you can see me a little bit as well as what I'm trying to draw. Uh, that is until I get emails or something from people saying, "Hey, I'd like to chit chat." Damn, that's sick. Fire. What do you mean by that? I mean, I know it's meant to be a compliment, but what do you mean by that? Oh, I've actually been thinking of reinventing myself, so to speak, starting off with videos on YouTube. A little bit more. I want to be a little bit more white beardish because Pop's Whitebeard is dear to my heart, my most favorite of all anime characters, and I want to be like him. I don't want to be him, but I want to be like him, which is another reason why I'm also trying to start the city. So I was thinking of going something that's similar to what he had. That's why I started adopting the. Not only do women really like the deep voice, but it sounds awesome. I came up with that from the. Uh, I guess I can get off the Discord thing now. I got that from the theory of uh, people on One Piece gaining their laughs from their devil fruit, like the uh, uh, what's it called, the I, Perona. That's her name, Perona from One Piece. She has the Hori Hori no Mi, and her laugh is. Uh, well, Whitebeard has the Guru Guru no Mi. So. It would be cool to have like a weapon similar to his. I have one in mind, but unless I get somebody that's willing to custom make it for me, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Uh, at the very most, I'd probably use a shovel because if you translate from the fantasy of One Piece to real life, it would probably be something like a shovel. But that's all later down the road. Uh, I'm going on a little. I tend to go on side tangents sometimes. That would be really cool to be able to. I actually have a shovel that I started doing decoration on a handle for. But anyway, I'll finish my other thought before I show you that. Uh, it would be really awesome to be able to talk to the Reverie and be able to get, some sort of support going. Uh, you'd be surprised at what I can do. I got plans upon plans, and depending on which route people pick me up on, so to speak, which path depends on which plan I have to take. Right now, I'm trying to find that person who's willing to open my barrel. Sort of like how Luffy was hiding in his barrel at the beginning of this whole his journey. That's essentially sort of what I'm doing. But let me get the shovel. It's all metal, so I don't have to worry about the handle breaking. And I started working on can't quite see it. I'm I'm working on doing a design on the handle. But if it was a normal shovel, it'd be like up here. It's really nice to have a good shovel. I tell you what, I live up here in the mountains of Montana, essentially. So you really learn to appreciate having practical stuff. Like my so-called hidden weapon, in case somebody breaks in right here next to my desk. Got to have yourself a nice hatchet, right? And this is actually a good quality one too. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I keep it unsheathed. Well, I keep it in its sheath, but within I can just pull it right out. Really looks like you're Ironically, if I was standing out there, I probably would use that shovel as the breaking ground thing and carry it around with me. Because if you think about it, you carry a shovel around, as long as you don't look like you're a homeless man that's gonna just start hitting people with it, and you look like you're dressed practical, caterpillar caterpillar hoodie, caterpillar pants, you know, you look like you're in construction. It's a good weapon to walk around with. It's basically a walking stick that can be used as a shovel and a weapon. But keep in mind, it's not realistic to actually use weapons nowadays. Most of the time, you, the hands is all you need. If you know what you're doing, then that's all you really need. So don't just walk around with a weapon and start beating people with it. It's not good. Not conducive to a healthy society. What are my top 3 animes? Now, see, this is the good part about having people on here that I can chit chat with, because it actually is more stimulating. My top 3 animes, number one has got to be One Piece. It's not. I'm not hopping on the hype train. I've watched it from beginning to up to date, and it's gone through an evolution over time. It really has. It's the top number one for a reason, and not just on my list, but a lot of people's. Um, Now, number 2 and 3, that's a little bit more difficult. I would probably say number 2 is Naruto, minus the fillers. There's a lot of iffy stuff with it, but it's one of the ones that helped introduce me to the big three and all the other mainstream anime. But even then, it's sort of maybe. Number 3, I almost want to say it's either going to be Black Clover or Demon Slayer. I want to say Black Clover. Demon Slayer's got awesome graphics, but Black Clover seems a little bit more complete. Black Clover is almost like if One Piece, or sorry, not One Piece, if One Piece didn't have the filler issues, and or not filler issues, pacing issues. If One Piece didn't have the pacing issues, for example, Dressrosa is one thing that we all can agree on. Uh, then that would essentially be sort of similar to it. But I think they could do a little bit of work on the backstories, though. I mean, they give them just briefly, and then they're like, there you go. Demon Slayer, on the other hand, has awesome graphics. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the top, but the ones that are at the top when it comes to graphics, those are generally more obscure because they can't put them out weekly. It's more like a monthly type of thing. So, unfortunate. But there are some other honorable mentions. For example, and it depends on what category too. Uh, I like Assassination Classroom. I know there's a little bit of controversy with the whole education system over in the East taking it out and all that, but they basically saw the first few episodes essentially and saw some sort of sexual situation and there was no nudity or anything like that. They're like, oh, bad, and then continue on. They would have saw that it was a setup for something down the line that happens right afterwards, and there's a lesson behind it. Um, the reason why I like Assassination Classroom is because it almost I see how do I put this? I see Koro Sensei is being almost like the perfect teacher. Yeah, obviously in real life, people can't go Mach 3 or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's been a while. But it teaches you to go outside the norm to help teach students in a way that you might not think of. For example, when the one student was having issues with baseball, Koro Sensei literally went to the Americas. I think it was like Hawaii or something, to where his student's favorite baseball pitcher was at. Did some weird stuff with his tentacles to the baseball player to get his dimensions, like how his wrist would bend and his elbows and all that stuff. Came back, did the same thing to his student, and then told his students, "You'll never be like your idol because you don't have the same kind of wrist flexibility. Instead, what you need to do is find your own style." He didn't tell the student you can't do it and then just leave it at that. He told him why, proved to him that he was willing to go far enough out of his way to help him and listen to him, and then told the kid the proper way to go about doing it. And it gave the kid an inspiration to keep going further rather than sitting in a classroom or like not just sitting in a classroom, should I say, but even with things like PE, we don't want to. Kids don't want to just learn how to do push-ups and play volleyball. Why not have it more interactive? Why not make things to where the students actually want to be there, right? For example, one of the things I want to do is create sort of like a makeshift shinobi academy for the students in high school. In high school, maybe junior high too. But if we do that, it would have to be like custom Nerf weapons or paintball, softball, something like, or not softball, airsoft, something like that. Right. Obvious, or maybe like LARPing tools, or not tools, LARPing weapons, that kind of thing. More interactive things that are cool. I've actually never watched Attack on Titan. I have a hard time getting into the real gory stuff like that. N- for example, I cannot watch Tokyo Ghoul anymore because it started triggering something in my head that was causing me to go insane. I was literally going insane at one point. and I was watching Tokyo Ghoul, and I figured out that that was one of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of them. And from some of the clips I've seen of Attack on Titan, probably not something I'm gonna be into. Which is the weird thing because I like watching Baki. Baki is one of those ones that's for adults. It's not nudity first, but more of a gory, violent thing. But I'm into MMA, so it the weird part it's weird. Like I can watch Baki, but I can't watch those. I hear a lot of hype for Attack on Titan, but it's not something I ever gotten into. Um, what's another one that I've because I got on a whole side thing on uh, Assassination Classroom. So like my brain's going blah. But yeah, I'm gonna end up posting this on my channel, and it's been 36 minutes now. So it was really cool. It was really cool to see that I could get this going and actually have some interaction. It's slightly strange. I've only had 2 people so far, but it is what it is. Um, I'm gonna try and figure out something with the getting that to be the background. See, it's weird. I'm trying to do reverse. The camera's reversed to what I am. There we go. Right there. I'm gonna try and make that the background. Get things fixed. I might have to make a bigger table because the thing I'm gonna draw with is a little bit on the bigger side. But it'd be really awesome if you guys could share the video once the video gets uploaded, and maybe we can get things rolling. If you know how to contact or maybe get some other YouTubers' attention, send them my direction. I've been trying for a year and a half now without success, but now I actually have Starlink and I have Wi-Fi, so it'd really be appreciated. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you to both of you guys. Native. I know I'm gonna be able to say it. Native, Neatviv, 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 Nightviv. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. And Mahi, i.e. Goofy. Thank you both, you guys. You're both on my Discord, and it is very much appreciated that you guys actually answer. So, thank you to both of you. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. And for those of you that watch the video when it's uploaded, I hope you have a good day. Thank you, and goodbye.